Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Cornbeaner. My next couple of videos are going to have this kind of camera theme going. As many of my old subscribers may know, is I bought a DSLR camera, Canon T3i. And seeing as my Christmas came in the way of my tax refund, I decided to expand on what I had to better, I guess, convey what I'm trying to do with this channel. But I had a hard time trying to get a lens. So, this is going to be an unboxing and overview for the Tamron Di II AF 18 to 200 millimeter f 3.5 to 6.3 XR LD, another word that I can't read, IF macro lens. This is for my Canon T3i. I believe they do have the same lens for a Nikon and another mount, but I am not sure. But this is for the Canon. So as we go in the box, the one thing I did want to point out is that the Tamron lenses come with a 6-year limited warranty. Not sure what that warranty covers, but it is for 6 years. It says for warranty registration, I guess you got to go register. It gives you a website or a number, and retain proof of purchase for service. I got this off of Amazon, so I guess if I needed the receipt, I can go print one out. And I guess there's barcodes and stuff down here. I'm not sure where the proof of purchase actually is. It might be in the box, but let's find out. It's just the model number. And sorry if you guys can hear extra noise as I'm using my old camera and I don't have a microphone. So here's the lens itself. Right here in this little bag. It came with like 2 little egg carton holders, but we'll come back to that right now. And dispersing of the box. It just comes with some simple, also comes with your, I guess, owner's manual and other little things of the sort. But I am a man, so as any man will tell you, we do not read owner's manuals. Getting to the lens itself. It comes in a little baggie with a silicone packet to prevent the moisture that might acquire inside. It also comes with a lens hood, which I've never actually owned one, so I'm kind of glad it has. Now I can kind of see what the big hoopla is about. The one thing I do know about this, if you apply it to the front of your lens, it does add that extra layer of protection in case you bump it and it hits the lens hood first and not the actual glass itself. So it's always good to, I guess, have it around. Looking at the lens itself. Oh, well, you can see why I bought that, right? This is the bottom. This is the mounting unit here. The one thing about this lens that I don't like, but at $200 you really can't complain, is that it has a plastic mounting unit. Most of the Canons and even higher end Tamrons, Sigmas or whatnot, when you see them going up for $400 or more, will actually have a metal mounting unit. But seeing as I am on a budget, even with a tax refund, I figured, see what I can do with this. It's plastic. I do have a 50 millimeter Canon that's plastic, and it's served me fairly well for the last couple months. So, I decided to take a risk there. Front, you can see it has nice wide glass. Looks glossy, looks smooth, which is always a plus. And the reason why I bought this is because I needed something that can actually go to distance as far as in close, out far. This here is at the 18 millimeter setting. And if you just turn it, you can see that it expands. This will let me get in really close to some of the things that might be far away. So if I need, if I need to be up close to my, to what I'm filming or to what I'm taking a picture of, I can just keep it here. If I need to, be closer to something that's way farther away, bam, just stretch it out. Right now, there is a setting here for automatic and manual focus. I always try to keep my things on manual. The back ring, as you can see, is for the actual zoom function. The front ring is for the actual focus. So you can work that. So the front's for focus, back is for the zoom. There's also a lock here that you can lock down so you don't actually have to move the camera. But it seems to only work when it's at the 18 millimeter setting, because I've tried moving it and it won't seem to lock. If I have it on the 18, I can lock it quick. So I guess if you're storing it or carrying it around, I guess so inside it doesn't go through the vibrations and extend and maybe snap, which is a good feature to actually have. So I bought this to kind of have the zoom function, to help me out. This is what I currently have here. This is the Canon 1.8 50 millimeter prime lens. Basically what this is a lens that maintains its focal point consistently at 50 millimeters. So as you can tell, to get closer or further away from a subject or anything you're trying to film or photograph, you have to move the camera itself. Where with this, I can zoom in, and and sometimes I don't have the spaces that I actually need to move around, so it might actually benefit me to carry this around with me full time. And this here, whenever I have the room or whenever I kind of want a little bit more clarity, as this is a 1.8, basically what a 1.8 is the aperture size. If you look at the bottom, that's where all the light from the outside comes in and goes into the sensor. This starts at 3.5. If you can tell the size difference, a lot more light is going to get into my 50 as opposed to my new one, to my new lens here. So this can be a good general purpose lens. I'd have to see how it pans in really dark situations, because this here works like a champ with pretty much any type of existent light. I can get fairly decent to really good quality with this with very low light situations, which this I'm not too sure about, but I will try it out. Alright, so I'm currently outside with my 50mm lens. This is shooting full HD video on my Canon T3i, and as you can tell, this is my 50mm. So this is about 5:30 in the evening, almost close to 6 o'clock out here on the west coast. So I'm getting like that last bit of remnant sunlight. That is my dog right there. He's a beautiful dog. It's my dog Casper. See, but the problem with this is if I want to get closer to Casper, I actually have to move forward and move back. And he's one of those dogs that doesn't like to be approached with something in my hand, so I try not to do it. And if if I want to take a quick picture, well, like I said, I can focus from here, I can go out of focus, but as far as zooming in, the 50mm kind of traps me into that distance, so I would have to actually walk. So I'm saying in pretty much the same spot with my new Tamron lens. As you can see, just from the very get-go, it's a lot wider shot. I can see not only my dog, but also the stuff around him. If I wanted to get really close up, see, I can zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, and he's doing something very inappropriate right now. See, but the quality itself doesn't seem to degrade, which is really good for me, because I really didn't buy this for photography. I bought this more for filming, and it seems like the quality itself will be just as good. So this is zoomed in, but see, I can also just zoom out. I don't have to get closer to him, leaving him in peace. I can zoom all the way in on his face, and that's as close as it gets right there, which is a close-up from about, I'm gonna estimate, a good 15 to 20 feet away from him, which for me, it's a big thing for me. And of course, this is in late evening light, so it seems that in low light situations, this probably won't have that bad of an effect on my overall quality of HD, HD video. He's so cute. Alright, so it's gonna be the night test for this Tamron lens here. As you can see, at night, I don't have the colors in the low light. This is under a street light here. The outside, it looks very dim, very dark. This is all on the camera's automatic setting, so I'm letting the camera decide what it feels is best to get the picture. I'm pretty sure you can probably adjust this to get a slightly better quality if you do the manual settings. But for the beginner novice who doesn't want to mess with that, such as myself sometimes, this is what you will get with this lens. And as you can see here, this is with my Canon 1.8 lens here, the 50mm. And as you can tell, just the color, this is allowing a lot more color inside, a lot more light into the sensor, allowing me to actually work better outdoors when it comes to it. The Tamron lens will be good for indoor light, outdoor light. You saw the earlier things, that was late evening. But if you need something that that works well in very low light situations, you're gonna need something with a bigger aperture size, as far as 1.8, maybe a 2.8 at the very smallest. Anything above that, you're really taking your chances, or you're gonna need some sort of external light. You're gonna have to supplement that light with something, with the natural light that's already outside. So that's been the two tests. Again, this is the footage taken with the Canon 1.8 lens. At the very end, this is my new Tamron lens. Again, it goes from 18 to 200. Oh, got the lock on it. Sorry about that. Got from 18 to 200 millimeters. My Canon T3i has a crop factor sensor of 1.6, meaning that this actually doesn't go from 18 to 200. It's actually more of a focal point of about 29 millimeters to 320 millimeters. So always keep that in mind when deciding what lens to buy. Just know that if you have Canon T3i, Canon 4i, or anything that has a 1.6 crop factor lens, that you will have to magnify the actual focal point. Now, as far as my 50 goes, this actually shoots at about 80 millimeters. It's a very good lens if anybody who's really into it wants a beginner lens. You can find this for about $100. This one for about $200. And I believe with these two lenses, you should be able to cover a lot of what you need for your everyday, I guess, beginner photography needs and video capturing needs. And that has been my unboxing for the Tamron AF 18 to 200 millimeter f3.5 to 6.3 XR LD something IF macro lens from my Canon. This has been Cornbeaner. I hope this has been somewhat helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.